What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the NCAP Cars channel, and today I will be taking a look at the 2025 metallic NASCAR Chase Racelott from the Disney Pixar Cars 2025 diecast line. So absolutely incredible. I have been wanting this variant of Chase for the longest time because I absolutely am digging the metallic green of his release. That is absolutely cool. And yeah, I still remember when this guy got revealed. I think he was first revealed via Walmart listings, and then we got some images of him in the package and whatnot back in March, if I'm not mistaken. So very, very happy to finally see him. And then, of course, we got Dale Earnhardt Jr. metallic version coming out in the very next wave, which should hopefully be pretty soon, because I know this guy's been out for a few months already. So you'd probably expect Dale to come out in probably maybe late this month, early next month, maybe December. You really don't know, but yeah, very, very cool. You got the Landon McQueen card art there. No new for 2025 emblem. It was the exact same way for the metallic Danny Suarez. They got the diecast right there. Very, very cool. And the backside just shows Chase Racelott right there in the render with the new wheels. So yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, nothing else to say. I'll be right back with Chase all opened up. Alright, guys, so here we have the metallic NASCAR Chase all opened up, and he looks phenomenal. It is like literally light and day comparing him to his original 2021 NASCAR variant release. So yeah, I mean, this variant of him is very, very cool. I know I've waited a very long time to find this one. His case just like never hit my stores at all. It was either just the 2024 ones, all from the very first wave, or just the Danny Suarez case, which that also took quite a while for it to hit my stores. But eventually just kind of found like a whole end cap that people were finding that had a buttload of this case. So I was able to find the best one out of those bunch and snag it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the review. So let's actually start off with this little barrier here. It's pretty much the exact same to his last one. Vitoline for older active cars. Kind of got like the white dividing line in between with the number 9 there. Obviously, number 9 is the real racing number of Chase Elliott, I believe is his name. And you got these cool kind of green pattern design in the very back. Nothing too different. The colors may vary slightly. I don't have the original one out with me right now to compare in the videos, kind of stored away. But you got that. And I think like the main difference is that it's not even a difference to the design. It's just those little corners to the sticker are now curved and rounded rather than pointed. So not that big a change, but cool to have another one of these. Always good to have. But then here we have Chase. He looks epic. I love this guy's design. I think the metallic green just goes really hard with this guy. Super, super good. So you got his little mouth right there. It's just a basic neutral expression. You have the vent, the grill, and the headlights all in the front. So pretty simple stuff. Black little line for the bumper area. His wheels are now the updated NASCAR rims, so this is his first time having those, and they are all white on his. So that's really cool. I think having the white was a good idea rather than green, because, you know, white's kind of his secondary accent color, so that's cool to see there. I will compare him to the original one later on in the video, so you guys will be able to see that big old difference, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen at this point, because a handful of others have already reviewed this guy months ago. So the hood, it's got the big old V for Vitoline. Nice little design for that too. I'm liking it. So pretty cool. It's got a little bit of like shading in there to give it some depth. Then you got the dark green paint on top, giving it that kind of gradient fade. That is absolutely perfect. I do love that. I think my only real gripe with this guy is still how big his eyes are. Like every other NASCAR release they did in metallic, they all had their eyes fixed. His are definitely fixed in terms of clarity. You know, they're the clearest any manufacturer for cars have done. Like, these are the cleanest eyes you can get. Better than China, better than Thailand, Vietnam, really knocked it out of the park with these. But his eyes are still really big. Like, I never understood that. They fixed the eye sizes of all the other ones who had really big eyes, like Danny Revez here. He didn't have big eyes, but his eyes were dirty, but you can see they fixed it. So to having them be big like that is just kind of a little off and, you know, discontinuous to see, I guess. But it's cool regardless. But I think the only, actually, part 2 of the gripe is just how, like, lightened his eyes are. Like, it's kind of like Mattel just took the shade, like the shading adjustment on his eyes, and just bumped it up, and there's not as much like contrast. Like, you can see that, you can see the black little pupil and everything, and these ones are just kind of feel like are murky, not just like very light. But anyways, outside of that, still a cool expression. His design is quite nice. You got the Vitoline logo in the back for older active cars. Big old number 9 right there. The white stripe. You got some cool little designs right there. The black vents. All of his little contingency sponsors. Piston Cup Combustor, Carbon Cyber, and Synergy. You have the netting on the window. Very, very cool. Number 9 once more on the roof with a nice little white design. His spoiler is all white, except the top has nice green printing of Vitoline for older active cars. A really, really cool full look at the logo there. And the very back just shows his taillights. Number 9, Vitoline, and the little green V in the middle there. Yeah, very, very cool. I do absolutely love the metallic green on this guy. It is absolutely incredible. I think it's a much darker in person than it is on camera. You get a little bit of the dark fading into the light over here. Although, I did notice they did change up his design a bit from the original one. Obviously, quick comparison, you can see rims are different. The greens are darker. This one's definitely more of like a green. This one's a bit more of a lime green. You can see it changes there. Fairly the same. But I think the big difference is that this one actually had a continuous design where you can see that white line and black continued all the way to the back side, but this one does not have that, so that is kind of odd. And you can even see it, like, it would connect, but it didn't get that. Honestly, it could just be a fact that mine's an error. I don't know. I can't quite recall seeing other reviews where it was like that, but I mean, it's likely just a mistake on Mattel's part where they just didn't add it to his design. I'll have to look up and check on that, but yeah. Anyways, that is going to do it for today's review of the NASCAR Chase Racelott. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.